Hey YouTube, welcome back to New Rock City. I'm your host Stephen Moss, and in about 4.5 weeks, I'll be flying to England for the second annual New Rock City International Music Festival. This year, I've expanded into 2 locations. On July 28th and 29th, I'll be at the Live Rooms in Chester, England, and also on August 11th through the 13th, I'll be back to where it all started at the amazing venue called the Black Heart in London, England. This year, I'll have 33 bands from 6 countries, and I'm extremely excited tonight to say that tonight's musical guest will also be making the trip from the United States all the way to London. So tonight we have The Galaxy Has Eyes, and they will be performing on August 12th in London at the Black Heart. Guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight, as well as coming to London.
What's up?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
We're obviously ready to have fun.
That's right.
I am.
Well, I wanted the UK friends to kind of like get familiar with you guys and your band before your set in August. So I wanted to jump right into some questions. First of all, I want to have each of you go around, introduce yourself, and say what you do in the band, please.
Okay. My name is Kira. I'm the lead singer of The Galaxy Has Eyes. And that's what I do.
I guess I'll go. My name's Charles. I'm the drummer.
I'm Cody. I'm the bass player.
Jared, you go.
I'm Jared. I play sax.
I was worried we couldn't hear you for a second. I was like, no, Jared.
Oh, no.
I'm Carbo, and I play the lead guitar, the only guitar in the band.
Technically, that's the lead too.
Lead, rhythm, everything.
Technically,
Technically,
Yeah.
I play lead bass.
There you
that's
go.
true. Carlos plays lead drums, and Jared does
I'm
lead
the lead
sax.
singer.
Who does the writing? Is that like a collective thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
it just comes to us
Very nice.
Yeah, I think
from above.
yeah, a lot of we've
And-
tried a bunch of different methods essentially. So a lot of what it used to be was Kira would have song ideas. She'd bring it in and be like, I need to kind of do things like this, and then we would match it. And now we've even tried things like jamming together as a band and making Kira join in with like come back with lyrics and stuff. We kind of switch around a lot. But
Very
those are
nice.
the 2 main methods.
So when did the band start? And like when was it formed? How'd you guys come together? Things like that.
So essentially what had originally happened was Nick and I were playing in this band called Officer Rowdy for a very long time with the old bassist we used to have. And we had brought Kira in as like a guest vocal thing for like a duet like song that we were working on or something like that. And then one day the one bandmate we had couldn't make it, and neither could our old bassist. So Kira was like, I have one of my songs. Do you want to try that? And then we all kind of just worked on that, and that ended up becoming Flamingo Queen actually was our first song.
Oh, nice.
And then from there we kind of just kept going like, do we want to just keep doing this? And then, eventually the other band kind of just fell apart a little bit, and we've been doing that ever since. I think that was like end of 2020 or 2021. End of 2021.
Yeah, end of 2020, early 2021, I think.
So yeah, it's been that
You're
long.
like all over the place.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
You're like,
I'm fidgety. I'm sorry.
Got the bugs out there too.
I'll stay still.
So for the folks that are listening across the pond, how would you guys describe your band to them? For someone, seeing you for the first time, what would you say?
well, in the beginning, I would have said early Misfits because like that was my inspiration. I liked going with the horror punk theme, but like the more compliments we get and the more I don't know influences people compare us to, I'd say we're X-Ray Specs, I guess. Susie and the Banshees. I don't know what other ones have we gotten.
The Plasmatics was another comparison.
We've gotten Amel and the Sniffers before.
We've
Oh,
gotten
that's
that,
cool.
yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Trying to think. There were a couple random like offshoot ones that I didn't necessarily see, but X-Ray Specs we heard a ton. Like that's the one we got. I think that's the one I've heard the most by far, which I still have yet to listen to them, which is not a good call. But I think that's the biggest one we got for a long time. A couple of our songs were kind of Black Sabbath influenced and stuff like that as well. We've just been all over the place. I mean, even I think all of our musical styles came together in weird ways, and they manifest themselves in weird ways still.
So that kind of piggybacks into that. So I was going to ask, what are your musical influences, and how does it shape you as the musicians you are today?
Well, I
Go ahead.
know. I'll take this one. Well, like Kira said, the band when the band started out, it was mostly like Misfits, like that kind of like horror punk. We kind of get lumped in with the horror punk kind of scene around here.
Gotcha.
But me and Jared are actually like the newer members of the band. We both joined, like, I guess hasn't been a full year yet. I'm not sure. Sometime
August.
almost. Sometime last summer. We both joined pretty much at the same time, and the addition of a saxophone definitely changed how the band sounds, like, a lot. Like, because everyone thinks, oh, you have a saxophone, you guys are playing ska, right? That's not the case. We if anyone
Yeah.
says we sound like ska, we're just like, no, not at all.
That's the
Um,
biggest fight we've been having.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's not really a fight.
Yeah, it's not a fight.
But I know, at least for me personally, I'm I mean, I grew up playing like thrash metal bands in high school, and I'm also a huge funk guy. If you listen to some of our newer stuff, you see I'll try to slip in a little slap bass every now and then. I know Jared's in the same boat with me. We both love funk. Like, we try to jam to Herbie Hancock every now and then.
Every
At
other
practice.
really.
Yeah, practically every practice. But but it's kind of, with everything coming together, it's kind of coalesced into this weird funk punk type of thing. I don't really know how to describe it.
One of Cody's largest influences is Primus, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least
Mm.
where a lot of like the technicality of it comes in for sure. So
Yeah, I play in a Primus tribute band, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
yeah. And then, for me it was always I was big. I don't even know how I ended up in a punk band, honestly, because like one of the biggest influences for me was the Beatles. Like, Ringo
Gotcha.
Starr, for some reason, like that mentality of like just keep the beat, and like, yeah, like fills and stuff have always been cool and fun. I just wanted to like do my best to just keep the beat. Like I want
Gotcha.
like I could teach. I don't know how experienced you are with like drums or anything, but like I could teach you how to play most of the stuff we do, and that's because that's kind of what I wanted. Like, accessible and just fun, because like I think everybody should be able to do it. That doesn't mean I want anybody to replace me. So if anyone else got any ideas, please don't. But I've been like very big into like a lot of indie rock stuff. Like I love punk and all of its flavors, including pop punk stuff. But I don't know. I'm like the opposite end of the spectrum normally, which is
Gotcha.
weird. But I think it helps a lot for me.
Very cool. Kira, you had your hand up earlier. Did that cover everything, or did you want to add something to
Danzig.
it?
I want to be the female version of Danzig, and it'll happen one day. My voice will go lower, and I'll emulate it. I'm there. I'm there mentally, and it'll happen. I promise you.
Right on. So I'm gonna get now more into your music. On all the streaming platforms, you guys have your self-titled EP. What stands out to you about making your first EP as a band? What was that like for you guys?
Stressful. So many fights. Oh my
Definitely
god,
a
fights. And like, we have like a few good songs and one terrible one, but he actually likes cloud gazing, by the way.
Oh, does he? Yeah, so maybe it's not terrible.
Actually,
Oh, no.
it's funny because like she told me not to talk about it, but you brought it up, so I'm just gonna say that's actually
did
my
bring it up.
personal favorite one on the EP. So there you go.
Damn.
For what it's
I
worth.
feel justified.
Vindication.
I told you. So I think one of the cool things about like recording for the first time with that stuff is like I'd already kind of done it before. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
I've been in several other bands where we did go to recording studios and do this stuff. So part of it was business as usual, but another part of it was like, not to sound like I was some kind of mentor. Everybody held their own and did their own thing really well, but like, like I know Kira particularly was like very nervous, and I mean, she pulled off all of her stuff in about an hour and a half, but it took a couple
wow.
panic attacks to like get through that first part of it. And then she came back in and just killed it. But I think a lot of the interesting parts were like and even still now with some of the other recordings we've done, like we've recorded Teen Titans, and like there were certain things we thought were okay in the moment, and then we look back and we're like, we probably should have just like actually sat there and like perfected it. But I think that's kind of part of what made it so interesting. Like Cloud Gazing's a perfect example. We all agreed on a tempo, and then that tempo ended up being way slower than we played it and way slower than at least Kira wanted it. And,
Gotcha.
that's unfortunate, but it also becomes a lesson for the future to make sure that we were absolutely 100% certain that we wanted to move on.
Wrong.
How is that wrong?
Teen Titans is not good.
It is good. It's good. I like it. You wanted a garage rocky sound for it? That's as garage rocky as you can get. But we can't badmouth our own stuff, especially because it's out.
Well,
I'm warning.
I'm gonna let someone or let the people at home hear some of your music. So I'm gonna play. Since I'm not allowed to play Cloud Gazing, I'm gonna play. My first song I'm gonna play is the video for "Don't Tread on Me." What can you tell us about the song and the DIY video?
All right, so for this song, that was also one of the first songs that I came up with. It was just complete satire. I didn't really go in depth with it. I just repeated the same verse because I just thought it was so or I should just call it a chorus, basically. It was all just like one glorified chorus that was, repeated twice that we made into a song. And it was catchy. To me, it was really catchy. So we kept it. It was short. It was simple. It was to the point. It was fucking punk. And then Charles came up with the DIY, and I don't even remember how we did that. It was it was a lot of fighting with that too. I remember that.
There was no fights with that. There was no, actually, for once, that was the first time there were no fights. We kind of just, that was a lot of that, like, yes and stuff, because I didn't really have a plan. We were like, we need a music video. And I was like, all we can really do is sit here with a camera. And so you'll see it definitely doesn't, nothing's lined up perfectly. Even sometimes the way we're doing the music video, Kira's clearly not in focus properly, but we didn't choreograph it. We did it all in a day, and even shout out to Colin as well, because we still do,
I think
there are
we
a
did
few.
it in like 3 hours.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
That's
and
nice.
for 3 hours of work, that was like, I mean, it was pretty nuts. I mean, it was a whirlwind, and I was stressed out the whole time. But really, like, we were kind of just like trying certain things, and then it didn't work, and then we're like, well, what if we did this? What if we just had Kira like go through each frame and stuff, and then even there's a specific spot in that song, I forget where it is, but like you'll see a bunch of like silly shots, and that was all mistakes that I was like, we need some blank space here. Let's just do this, blank space it. I'm proud of it. I definitely, it's the same thing. It always, hindsight's 2020. Of course, I would make more effort and sit there and do this other stuff, but for what it is, I really like it.
Nice. Well, I actually love it, and I can't remember exactly because I'm just trying to do it on the top of my head. But it was like last month. Fat Mike had an interview, and he was saying something to the effect of, punk rock isn't supposed to be perfect, and he goes, every single one of our songs on stage we screw up, and he's like, that's what makes punk rock punk rock. So I actually loved the video for that reason. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it. So here's "Don't Tread on Me" by The Galaxy Has Eyes. And welcome back to the show, everybody. So I saw you guys play once at the Bad Reputation show in New Jersey, and Kira, you were a trooper because you got hit in the nose and you kept on going without skipping a beat. And then, like a few shows later, I saw on Instagram where you got tackled. You're like tackled in the middle of a song. So, like, your live shows are pretty intense.
They are intense. And like, not only have those things happened, but like, there have been so many shows where I went in there, I was either like feeling sick to my stomach, about to throw up,
Oh, wow.
I had an abscess, I had a tooth pulled. Oh, there was something else. There were like many times where like I went into these concerts and I like fucking powered through it because I'm just like I am not going to be the one person that gives up on a show. And I think that Dickie Devil from Dickie Devil and Deviants kind of scared it out of me, like because he's just like he always says like you shouldn't really like abandon a show if like I understand that you're sick, but like if something's being planned for months, it seems like a dick move, like especially if you don't have a backup band to like take over. So like in my head, I'm just like, you know what? It doesn't matter what I'm going through. I am fucking playing.
That's
and then
awesome.
It's my expectation for all of them. I'm just like, if anything happens to you, you're doing it. I don't care if you break your leg, you're doing it.
So for the people that are going to be seeing you for the first time, how would you say, what is your live shows like? What can they expect besides the craziness that we just talked about?
Jared doing the chip dip.
The chip dip.
He does this thing where like he throws himself down, he lifts himself up, and it's just so dramatic. We have that. We have
For that, I've been playing sax for like, you start off in elementary school through high school, and I've always kind of like, it's come easy to me, and I would get bored sometimes, and so I would just start dancing and playing. And so for now to be like on stage in a band in front of people, I want to put on a good show. So I just get really
Gotcha.
into it, and that involves, as they call it, the chip dip.
and we started choreographing dances together too, which is
yeah,
great.
that's fun.
That's awesome. So in addition to the catchy music, it's a great stage performance as well. So that's very cool. So I'm gonna
fucking
play.
expect
Oh,
mosh
sorry.
pits though.
Oh, there you go. Mosh pits.
I expect them. If I don't get it, I get really self-conscious and really sad.
Yeah, Kira will
So-
be out there in the crowd getting everyone to mosh.
And if they don't, I'm just moshing by myself, and that's no fun.
I can attest to that. The show in Jersey, you actually came down off the stage and started pulling and pushing people around to make a mosh pit. It was awesome. The next song I'm going to play is Sitting Ducks. What can you tell us about that song?
I think that's a really good one for Kira to talk about.
I hate the rich. I hate them. I hate them so much. I think that is a huge contributing factor in how we're living our lives right now, is that we're glorifying the 1%. And it makes me so angry that all of us are just working so hard to just fucking make it, to just fucking make a name for
There we
ourselves.
go.
There you
Kill the
go. There
bird.
you go. And no offense, but like if you don't have your connections, if you don't have that money, you're not going to make it. And I am hoping that this band could make a name for ourselves, but knowing the way our world is right now, there's probably a good chance we won't. And hopefully more people will listen to the song and be like, yeah, you know what, there is a problem. Let's fucking fight about it.
Nice.
So
So here's Sitting Ducks by The Galaxy Has Eyes.
We live in a world of capitalism, a lottery money, diversification, working hard to make it to the top, selling identities like a pawn shop. Can't afford rent, search the depths of my pocket. Can't afford food, sell my fucking motherfucking anxiety and auto capitalism. All that stress, they can't be fucking aneurysm. A fucking aneurysm. A fucking aneurysm. A fucking aneurysm.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, you guys are going to be playing London on Saturday, August the 12th at the Black Heart in London. I'm just curious, how are you guys prepping for the show? Because that's a big move for you guys going across the pond. So, what are you doing to prep for that?
Panicking.
Panicking. That always helps.
Prostitution. Prostitution.
No, selling my plasma.
There you
Yeah.
go.
No,
We gotta get Jared a saxophone. That's our biggest preparation we gotta do since we're not bringing gear. So we gotta find a way to get Jared a saxophone.
Oh yeah,
See,
we're
well,
I think
we've
you've
actually,
helped us out with. So
we're walking into Mordor on this one.
yeah.
yeah, right.
I know
Well,
it's
that's
New
if
Zealand,
anyone has some kind of travel tips for Worthington, other than like get on the train and get off. If there's something cool to see there, we might as well, because I mean, I don't think any of us plan on like truly relaxing in London until we have a Barry sax in hand for Jared, because then we'll be like good to go. That's one of the big things, but that's less preparation. That's more of the plan. In terms of preparation, we've kind of we're establishing the set list now, and like it's basically obviously like if we're going there to play one show, you know, I want to make at least I'm sure everyone else is on the same page with this as well, but like I want to make sure it's like best foot forward. Like we just don't want to stop, you know, like when we come out there and start playing, it's going to be just like we want to rapid fire. And I think, you know, what was it, like a 35-minute set? I think we were allowed
40.
40. Oh, good Lord. Okay, well, we can add another song. Teen Titans.
We got room for
Well,
cloud
trust
gazing
me, I'm
too.
gonna be taking a lot of
Hey, yeah,
breathing
there you go. So I'm
And
giving you an
cloud
extra 5 minutes for cloud grazing.
Yeah, well, exactly.
maybe
And it's
an
we're going to
impromptu jazz solo too.
yes, we're slow version of cloud gazing's going in there now. But we've been like, so we're prepping for that now. Like, as much as our other shows that are coming up between now and then are important, like we're using them all as practice for that show, so that when we come to this new environment, it's like we don't feel like we've wasted the opportunity in a sense.
Gotcha. Yeah, now I feel super embarrassed because I should have had that information in front of me. But there is a music store 2 hours south of London. They offered you a free sax. You just got to go and pick it up.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome.
And I should have had their name in front of me so I could say it on the internet, but sorry, I'll put it down in the link to go.
Post it in the comments. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, post it in the comments.
So the next song I'm going to play is 101. What can you tell us about that song?
It was our first release song, right? It was our first release
Yeah.
song.
Oh, nice.
I remember. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Kira. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. So basically what I did was I took a moment and I decided to just add zombies to it. Like it didn't make any sense. So like I was just like starting the song and they're just like, okay, yeah, it's 101. Yeah, what's happening? And I'm like, zombies attack. And they're like, what?
When we had first released it, one of our old coworkers, Natalia, she was great. I love her. She had listened to it nonstop. Like I think half of our listen streams for it were because she just kept playing it, even to a point like where one of our coworkers had gone back because Nick and I used to work together, but and Kira and I used to work together as well. But the one lady had run a catering order with Natalia and came back and was like, so your song's really good. I just didn't expect to have to listen to it all 20 minutes to and from there. And so
That's awesome.
it was a great one.
Yeah, and then we had to give a shout out to Sam Niles who made put the clips together for our music video, which I just thought was so much fun. Because like I love Sentai, I love kaiju, I love all that stuff, and he helped me like get that video put together, and he did such a great job. It fits, it's fun. I think it makes the song more fun. And I remember when we went into this was probably the best song that I could possibly like go through the writing process with, because I remember just standing around, I was just like, it's one, and then da da da, it's one, da 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 da, and like that part was just so much fun. I don't know why it just stands out.
I want to bring it back. We haven't played it in a while.
We haven't.
I miss
We'll
it.
bring it for London. We have an extra 5
Okay.
minutes. Why not?
There you go. Well, yeah, with you guys traveling all the way from the States, I wanted to give you, a lot of time. So you guys have 40 minutes, so you should be good.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
so for those at home, here is 101 by The Galaxy Has Eyes.
It's 101. Now I feel
and welcome back to the show, everybody. So I'm gonna jump in and play 2 more songs from you guys. One of your most badass songs is "Wake Up, Time to Break Up." Can you tell us about that one?
It's about my motherfucking ex that I fucking hate. Fuck you. I hope you're watching this. Fuck you. I'm making it. Ooh, I'm going to London. You're not. Fuck you. Anyway, yeah. So
I love it.
this
that's a
guy was the
big song.
most narcissistic fucking asshole I have ever fucking met. And he
And you
would
thought,
just-
man, that's the guy I want to date.
Yeah. So like he played it off so well that he took all of his niches and he made it seem like that was his personality and that he was like the most interesting person in the world. And me being the
Gotcha.
naive and gullible person I am, I was just like, wow, you are that interesting. And he just slowly, day by day, made me feel like the stupidest person on earth, to the point where like I actually thought I had early onset Alzheimer's. I say that every show just because like
Wow.
it's true. He actually made me believe that I had that. And
Wow.
I remember even getting out of that relationship and just feeling like I was struggling, like remembering everything. And I've had 8 concussions as well, so it didn't help, but like he made me feel like I was that low. And I remember I started the band towards the end of our relationship, and he didn't want me to be part of it only because there were men in there, and he didn't
really?
want me to be in a punk band because that like he thought that he could make it and I couldn't make it. So anytime I showed him something I was proud of, he'd be like, well, there's a lot of work to be done, and I'd love to see it when it's done. And I'm just like,
Gotcha.
fuck you. He wasn't supportive in any way, and this was like my goodbye to you, and I hope that if I make it, you hear this fucking song and you know it's about you.
Well, there you go. So now people in London are going to hear it too. So there you go. So for those at home, here is "Wake Up, Time to Break Up" by The Galaxy Has Eyes.
I got this gut-wrenching feeling in the pit of my stomach that you're out at some party, flirting with some nobody. She's probably got a big ass. I know that's what you like. I know you're wishing to kiss it tonight. She's probably way more edgy. Plays a stupid game you like. I know that's all it takes to get me off your mind. To know you're fucking alcoholic, looking for any excuse to fuss and try and losing. You really want to fuck you till I hate you. Promise it down. Watch your fucking face so I could die. Hate you. Promise it down. Watch your fucking face so I could die. You're wasting my time, being depressed, gaslighting me every fucking chance you get. I wish you were unattractive, worthless and lewd, 'cause I don't have the courage to finally get you. No, I hate you. Promise it down. Watch your fucking face so I could die. Hate you. Promise it down. Watch your fucking face so I could die. Hate you. Promise it down. Watch your fucking face so I could die. Hate you. Promise it down. Watch your fucking face so I could die. Wake up, get out of my bed. Get the fuck out of my house. Everything kerosene. Light me on fire, set my flame. Wake up, time to break up. Wake up, time to break up. I hate you, I hate you. Wake up, time to break up. I hate you, I hate you. Wake up, time to break up. I hate you, I hate you. I hate you.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. And the last song I'm going to play from you guys is "Looking at Titties." What can you tell us about that song?
Jared?
I don't know.
Surprise.
Well, I'll tell you a story about that song. Our one show we had at Bar 13 in Delaware, Kira was like, I need all the women to come up front here. And she got them to just all lift their shirts. And I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, I think all of us up there were just like, oh, just
Yeah. A couple of man titties too.
yes.
Yeah.
But, for me, I
Yeah.
love playing that song. It's like it's not the most complex thing in the world, but that doesn't make it any worse than it is. Like it's fun to play. I like the message about, like, stop looking at women. Like, I don't appreciate you looking at titties. And I agree. Stop looking at titties.
So I also remember like going off of the people, like people really took it literally. Like they took it like, here, just look at my tits. And there have been like, I remember this one time I went backstage and I'm just like, yeah, great set. Yeah, awesome. And this girl was just like, I know you were singing looking at titties, but here you go. And she everything. Like she showed it all. And I was like, thank you. I feel self-conscious now, but thank you.
I just
That's
remembered.
hilarious.
I remember this was it's the same story Jared was talking about. Kira had done like this special thing where she had like taped her nipples and everything, but like took the shirt off. But I obviously can only see the back. So when she took her shirt off, I literally had no idea. So I was like, oh, all the videos are gone. We can't do any of that. We can't send any pictures. We're screwed. And then she turned around. I was like, oh, no, she taped them. We're good. All right, cool. We're fine.
That's hilarious. All right, well, London's gonna have to up their game then to match the Delaware story. So for those at home, here's "Looking at Titties" by The Galaxy Has Eyes.
Let's come out and end it. Become a symbiotic, crumble creature, so you and I can let it go now. We go out to a bar. We get some drinks from a bartender, tequila, bourbon, let's go. Hey, I do not appreciate. Hey, you looking at titties. So we go out to a party. We mingle around and make some good friends. I'm high. Did you just look at her tits? I said, oh, did you just look at her? Hey, I do not appreciate. Hey, you looking at titties. Hey, I do not appreciate. Hey, you looking at titties. Oh, I'll sell us in the height. Salamaine, I don't read the ambulance. Come to a street then. A sexy little nurse. Come to ride on it. Taste the vital like a sin. Hey, I do not appreciate. Hey, you looking at titties. Hey, I do not appreciate. Hey, you looking at titties.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. So I'm very excited to have you guys play. I think your sound is going to go over extremely well there. I normally end my show by saying, what would you like to say to your fans? But I'm going to add a first part to that. What would you like to say to the people in London?
Oh, that we're so fucking excited. I want to be your friend. I want to be your friend. I want to be your friend. Let's just party it up. I don't
Yeah,
care
let's
if
grab-
we stay
let's
up
grab a
until like
pint.
3 a.m.
A pint, yes. I
Yeah.
promise we won't be loud Americans in bars. I
Yeah.
promise.
I don't think we can promise that.
I can.
Yeah.
I can. But what I can say is like I've been dreaming of going to London for like most of my life, if not
Oh.
probably all of my life for some reason. And I'm sure there are people who are in London who are like, don't. But like for the most part, like I've been dying to go there. That's been one of the like top places on my list to travel to. So even like fingers crossed, this show could go horribly and I'm still going to try to enjoy every minute of being in London. It won't.
That's
It's
cool.
going to go great. We're going to have fun, but you know,
And-
I've been dying to go there.
And if we're broke, please, by all means, buy us drinks. We will drink it up. We are very
Sure.
thirsty people. We
Buy
love
our
it. Yum, yum,
band.
yum.
Go to our band camp and buy our shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bandcamp
Shameless plug.
shirts. But
Yeah, we also have
drinks.
access to Bandcamp for anything. Like literally, it's all free. Download it. Well, not the merch. The merch is not free, but like download all the music's free. Don't even give us money. Just listen to the music. We're happy about that part more than anything else.
Well, I think I can't remember which one of you I was texting. I'm sorry. But yeah, you
Okay.
can definitely bring merch. There's a place for a merch table there. Just mix it in with your luggage so it doesn't look weird and you'll be good. Also, when I was there for the first time, like everyone is so nice, so encouraging, so supportive, and everyone does want to buy you drinks because a lot of their beer is stronger, so they want to fuck with you. So
God.
yeah, it's gonna be a fun
Game
night
on.
for sure. So lastly, as we wrap this up, what would each of you like to say to your fans?
Cody,
We're coming.
Carbo.
What I like to say to the fans. Well, I guess I mean, thanks for being a fan, I guess. Thanks. It's been great. Thanks for giving us the attention. It's been awesome. I'm excited to come to London. I'm excited to see everyone's reaction to seeing us live. I think there's a really cool it'll be a good time. I think everyone's going to be wowed. So anyone that has given us any opportunity or show or listens or whatever, it's been much appreciated because without that, we wouldn't even have this opportunity to come to London. This will be my first time out of the country, so this is really cool. So due to fan service, it's been great. Appreciate it.
Charles.
I don't know. I think
Jared. I'm just kidding, Charles.
okay, yeah, no, fuck me. No, I don't know. I think like at the end of the day, like after like looking at the past 2 years of this band have been like one of the greatest band experiences of my life. It's definitely one of the most successful I've been. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. We'll find out in hindsight, but I think it's been an honor playing for the people we've played with and experiencing the things we've experienced and meeting the musicians we've met. Like, even if it stops tomorrow, that all of that was worth it. So thank you.
Jared.
Cheers to that.
I mean, basically what you guys have said, like making music is my favorite thing. So getting to share it with people and have so many people be receptive and like actively enjoy what we're all doing is such a great feeling, and I hope it goes on forever.
And
Kira.
lastly,
Lastly, me, Kira. My turn. Fuck my band. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. That's my band. Let's have fun. Yeah.
Did the vodka kick in now?
I just told
Coffee
him to be a
did.
sore loser like you guys.
Oh, damn. Ouch.
Shit, she chose violence.
Very nice.
She's
Well,
going to find a
guys-
new band to join in London.
Yeah,
Oh my
there you
God.
go. She's gonna lose her passport.
Yeah, lose it. Oh no, can't
No.
get back. Guess I'm stuck here.
Actually, mine
Beans
just
and
arrived
toast
in the
every
mail.
day. Have fun.
Wait, it just arrived in the mail? Wow, you're cutting it close.
Not as close as Jared is.
Still waiting.
Jared
So-
literally gets his like August 6th. Like,
Wow. Okay. So
Don't
we
worry.
may or may
Don't
not
worry,
see
it's gonna
Jared.
he will. He's gonna make it. I'll squeeze him in my bag somehow.
There
Just
you
gotta
go.
make 'em
And
panic.
somehow make that through customs.
Very cool. Well, guys, it was a pleasure. I appreciate your time. For those at home, thank you so much for watching. I'll have a link below where you can find all the information to the band's social media. And next time I see you guys, we'll be in London. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Hey, bye.